Hello hackers, welcome back to Hackdoor Trainings. Now in this video, which is the second video in the Splunk SOC Home Lab series, we are going to install the Splunk forwarder inside a VM. Okay, so we are not only going to get the logs from our local server, but we are also going to get logs from a third machine. Okay, so in the previous video what we did was we basically added some logs from our local system where we had installed the Splunk Enterprise, which is this my base machine. Okay, so here if you can see, if I type search criteria as hostname equal to Hackdoor, so that's the host name that is already there, and I can see the logs being collected from this machine. So this host Hackdoor is nothing but the machine where my Splunk server is running. Okay, now in the next part what we are going to do is we are going to install the Splunk forwarder or the agent inside a VM. So here you can see I have a Windows 10 VM running right now, and I have also downloaded the Splunk forwarder here. Okay, so as a next step I'm going to start running the installer for this. So since it's an on-prem option, I'm going to select an on-prem Splunk Enterprise instance. Okay, and I'm also going to check this to agree to the license terms. Remember, we are using the free trial version of Splunk to set up our home lab. Now click on customize. We can let this folder path be default. We can click on next. Now it's asking for certificate. We can just skip it since it's a home lab, so we don't have a certificate, so we can let it be as it is and skip it. Okay, now here we can leave it to virtual account. Click next, and here also leave the options to default. Click next, and here we'll select all the different kind of logs that are going to come. Okay, so let's select all the options. Okay, let me also resize the window so that it's more visible. Okay, and then this, and then the directory to monitor, basically the directory we want to actively monitor. Let's say that in this particular scenario I either want to monitor my desktop folder. Okay, so I'll just click on desktop, so this folder will be monitored. In some cases you can just select the entire C drive as well. Okay, but let's keep it desktop because we'll be doing a little bit of detection rules also, so let's keep desktop as the directory we want to monitor. Click OK and click next. Okay, now it's basically asking to create a username and password. We'll not create a random password, we'll create a password that we know. So let the username be Hackdoor, and let's also add a password right here. Okay, so for speedy communication, click next. Okay, here it's asking us to enter the IP address of the deployment server. Now since this server has been deployed on the local host, and I have also connected this particular virtual machine, if I have to show you, so if you look at this Windows VM, it's running in a bridged adapter mode. Okay, so it is basically simulating as an individual machine on my network. Okay, so let that be there. Okay, so now I want to enter the IP address of my deployment server. Okay, and this IP address is going to be for my Splunk server. Okay, so the machine where I have Splunk server running, this is where I want to get the IP of. Okay, so let's know the IP. So let's click on IP config. Okay, and here I can see my IP as 192.168.29.153, and that is what I'm going to enter inside this particular virtual machine. Okay, so I kept it in the smaller size so that you know this is a different machine. Okay, so let's keep it 192.168.29.153. okay, and we'll keep this port as default 8089. okay, so this is where Splunk D daemon is running. Okay, so keeping it as a default 8089. Click on next. Again, you want to enter the receiving IP of the indexer. Okay, so again it's going to be the same IP 192.168.29.153. okay, 192.168.29.153, and let's keep the indexer port as default, which is 9997. okay, but before you click next, make sure that you have also set up a indexer. Okay, in the last video we set up an indexer because we were doing the local host monitoring for the Splunk server, but in case you missed that video, so all you have to do is click on indexes. I'm sorry, not indexes, you have to click on forwarding and receiving, and then you can look at basically where you are receiving. So you can just click on configure receiving, and you can see we already have a receiving server on port 9997 which is enabled. Okay, so click on next. In case you have not done that, please do that. Okay, all you have to do is basically go here and click on add new, and add a new indexer port listening. Okay, since we already have it, I don't need to do it. All you have to do is enter 9997 here in order to make the receiver working, and click on save. You can watch the previous video also if you need reference. For now, I'm going to cancel it. Okay, now let's go back and click on next, and let's click on install. Now this will basically install the Splunk forwarder, right? And it's asking for approval. So yes, I have trust in this particular binary, so I'll click yes, and why not. So let's give it a couple of seconds to install. Also guys, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please do subscribe to the channel. It keeps us motivated to create more interesting content for you. So this is the second video in this series. So there are going to be multiple videos coming up. So if you are interested in learning Splunk and set up your home lab, you can do that. Probably in the next video, we are going to tell you how you can add some sample data into the Splunk server for AWS, Office 365 without the requirement of setting up these servers individually. So we'll add some sample data here. Okay, now we can see the Splunk forwarder installation has completed. We can click on finish here, and all we have to do is to check on our Splunk server if we have the logs coming in or not. So we'll go to search and reporting, and we'll basically enter host, right? And let's say equal to, and now we also need to know the host name of this machine. Okay, so let's go back to our VM. Let's open a CMD and check what the host name is. Let's give the command host name. Perfect, it says desktop, right? So let's copy it. Let's paste it and hit enter. And amazingly, you can see the logs for this particular host are also coming in. Okay, so this host name is for the particular virtual machine that I have here. Okay, so this is the host name, and that's what I have typed, and I'm getting all the logs. You can make it verbose mode, smart mode, fast mode, whichever mode you prefer to work with. Okay, so this is how you basically configure Splunk forwarders. Generally, in case of other SIEM tools, it's sometimes also referred to as agents in case of EDR and XDR solutions. But in case of Splunk, we call these agents that forward logs to the Splunk server as forwarders. And right now you can see that we have logs coming on from this particular desktop. More on investigating these logs and getting the fruitful information in the next videos. Till then, stay well and do subscribe to our channel if you enjoyed the content. See you in the next video. Have a great day.